course online that absolutely changed my life. And I was one of those people who was in the salon every 2 weeks getting my nails done. I just really loved to have pretty nails. So Adam and the sisters, they were just starting, they were in trade shows, and then they decided to put the product on like a Groupon type website. And I thought, oh, this was kind of cool. I mean, it was before the Sally Hansen's, before all that. So I decided, okay, I'll try it. So I ordered it, got it, I put it on my nose, and I read the directions, and they lasted for 7 weeks. They were beautiful. In those 7 weeks, I received more compliments on my nails than I ever had in my entire life, spending thousands of dollars at the nail salon. So, fast forward a month or two, and I get an email that January is starting a direct sales company. And they asked if I would be interested in signing up and doing some parties and all of that. And I was like, I never really had a good experience with direct sales. I'd only ever been to one home party, and it was very salesy, it was very pushy. You couldn't leave there without feeling like you had to buy something. Can anybody relate? Has anybody been to a direct sales party like that? Right? And it just didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. So I was like, no, I'm good. I was a teacher. I didn't really want to do that. And then she emailed back and like, there's a 30% discount if you sign up. I'm like, sweet, I am in, sign me up. If nothing else, I would just purchase it for myself. Anybody else here just signed up for the discount? Just wait. So I was like, okay, I'm going to sign up for myself, but I am not doing parties. No way. And about a week or two later, I get my first random request for a home party. I told my husband, I'm not going. I'm not doing this. Like, this terrified me. And he said, just do it. He was supportive since day one, which has been a huge part of this for me. And so I was like, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. Talked me into it, and the stipulation was I would go if he drove me, and he stayed outside in case I needed something. No joke. So he drove me to the party, he stayed outside, and about 10 minutes into the party, I texted him, and I'm like, you can leave. Like, I got this. It was amazing. Like, they were so attracted to the product, they were so excited. It was not like that party I'd been to before. And then that's when things clicked for me. It was like, oh my gosh, like, we have this amazing opportunity. We have this amazing product. We have to run with this. So this was 5 years ago, and things have kind of snowballed and progressed from there. And I look back sometimes and I think, what would I change about my business? And I can tell you that the number one thing I would change is my customer care and my follow-up. And so today, I'm going to share with you some information about how I now follow up with my customers and how I treat them. And Lisa talked and told you the importance of this in home parties, so I'm just going to tell you in general. Your customers are the lifeline of your business. They are your VIPs. So we need to take care of those people. We are not in a business where we want a one-time sale. And this was something that in the beginning was hard for us because January was taking off like crazy. We had so many customers that it was hard to follow up with everybody. And we didn't realize the importance of it. And I think back now, and if I was doing what I'm doing now, the past 5 years, my customer base would be tenfold, like hundredfold what it is now. So I want to impress upon you the importance of proper follow-up and customer care. So 8 out of 10 of my customers, I've come to the conclusion, cannot apply the wraps on their first try. How many here had difficulty the first time you tried the wraps? Applying, right? And so, knowing this, we need to make sure we are capitalizing on this and we are helping those customers get a perfect application. So what happens if you don't follow up with those people? Best case scenario, they just tried and it didn't work, they set it aside. Worst case scenario, we're women. We tell people when we like things, we tell people when we don't like things. So they're going to go around and say, somebody invites them to a January party, and they're like, oh no, I tried this, they didn't work for me. We don't want that, right? That's why we need to make sure we are following up with every single person. That goes for giving out samples too. In the beginning, I was handing out samples like candy. I don't do that anymore. I will hand out I make opportunity cards, and I will set up a time to meet with them so that I can teach them and help them apply the reps properly. Because if I just give them a sample and they don't apply correctly, are they going to come back? I know. Okay, so home office knows how important our application is as well, and we're starting to see some pretty amazing things come out of home office. We have the application postcards. Has anybody got an order recently that has those postcards? Amazing, right? So they are in like IKEA steps, beautiful pictures. You follow them, they're incredible. So they're going out in every single order. We have the application video on our websites. Beth is our nail tech at home office. She is amazing, and she has put together this application troubleshooting video where it goes through the entire application, every single finger, and it goes through the removal, and she gives tips along the way. Things that we all know, but you don't want to just verbally vomit on them when you're telling them the first time how to apply, because you don't want to make it overwhelming. So she shares the things like don't submerge your hands in water for 2 hours, after you apply the reps. Things like that. So we're seeing a lot of support from home office on this as well. So with all of this, even all the things from home office, it's still not enough. Your customers need you. They are not just purchasing the product. They can go to the drugstore and they can buy Sally Hansen's off the shelf. But they're not going to have the same experience. They're purchasing this because they want to support you, and they're purchasing you. They need you to help them. So how can you do this? And there are a couple ways. In-home parties obviously are the best because we're there, we're one-on-one. When I do my in-home parties, I put my guests into groups. And this way, like stations, this is the teacher in me. So I would set them up into stations, and this way I can have a smaller group that I can work with, and then we rotate. So I'm working on the application with them. There's another group that's doing a fun catalog chase game. There's another group where I have set up like a slideshow on the Hostess TV of just different products and the application and removal. So then when they get to me, they'll already have seen the process and they'll already know. And then we just rotate through. But that's not enough. I always make sure that I make it a point to tell them, I'm available to you. I am more than happy to meet up after, because in the party, people are excited, their friends are there. Are they really paying 100% attention to the application? Probably not, but they're getting the gist of it. So if you meet up afterwards, when their order comes in, give them their order, and then just show them the application again. The more that you can help them, I'm telling you, the better off you will be. And so this is a little bit harder online, but technology is amazing. I mean, we can do so much. Facebook Live. Who here has gone live? We need some more hands. Facebook Live is the most amazing tool that Facebook has given us as direct sellers. We can be face-to-face. Things like Zoom, Skype, Google Hangout, all of these things are ways you can meet up with your customers and go through that proper application. Okay, so another thing really quick I want to mention. I like to let them get their feet wet before they just dive in. So what do I mean by that? I don't want them to apply a full set right away. I want them to just take their time, get used to the process, and so I give them an accent nail. We just apply it to 2 fingers, paint the rest. So I know a lot of you probably do something similar. We call it the 7-day challenge. So by doing this, it doesn't overwhelm them. Because the first time you sit down with your set of Jamberries, and you see all those different sizes, it's a little bit overwhelming to figure out what size goes with what nail. My first time on my fingers, it took me probably an hour and a half. And now I have it down to 15 minutes. So that's another thing too, is you need to set realistic expectations. Because in the beginning I was like, Jamberries are so easy to apply. Anybody can do it. And then when I would have a customer that would get their order, and she would try to apply them, and it wasn't as easy as I had said, but I just can't do this. I'm just going to give up. Whereas now, I set the stage, and I tell them, you know what, there's a learning curve, just like with anything else. But I promise you that if you stick with this, you will get a better application every single they feel, you'll be great. And then, if they get it on their first try, they're like, yes, I am a rock star. She said this was going to be hard, and I just got a perfect application. So you set the tone for that. And in the beginning, that's where we were seeing customers that were kind of beating, like, oh, I can't do this, but we kind of set them up for failure. We're telling them how easy it was. Okay, so you need to brand yourself. You need to stand out. You need to make your customers feel so appreciated and feel so spoiled. So one thing I like to do is I like to send fun mail. So any girls that are here on my team have probably seen or received an email. And I like to use bright pink fun envelopes. Because who wouldn't like to go to their mailbox, open it up, and amongst all the sea of white bills, you get this hot pink envelope. I know I would. So in there, I include a couple different things. I include a personal thank you card, and that's a picture of my adorable family. And I just thank them. Not only are they supporting me, but they're supporting my family. So it just gives that personal touch. We are in a relationship business. So anything you can do to help build that relationship is perfect. I also include a set of accent nails, which you guys know is a sample cards. I don't like to call them sample cards. Accent nails just sound better. And I tell them that to try these while they're waiting for their wraps to apply. So then they have some practice. They can practice putting them on, taking them off, and it's not costing them anything. Because I don't want my customer to get their set of wraps, put it on, have a bad one, take it off, and be like, oh, I just spent money on this and I'm not getting it. This way, they can practice first. I give them one of my customer referral cards, and then I give them my applications tips postcard, and that's all the little things like I was telling you about not submerging your hands in water, making sure you have a size that's a little bit smaller than your nail, all those good juicy things, but you don't want to just tell them at once and overwhelm them. So I send them a card, and then this way they have it, and they can save it. And then on the back I just put a little sticker that says your nails are about to look fabulous. Because once they open it up and put them on, sure. Alright, the single most important thing I'm going to tell you. If you do not have a VIP group, you need one. And I stress this upon my new consultants the day that they join. It doesn't matter if you are the only one in the group. You can add your mom, you can add your sister. It doesn't matter. You have to start somewhere. And if you don't, the longer that you wait, it's going to be harder. Because then you're going to have to go backtrack and you're going to have to go back through all those customer orders. But if you can set this up from the beginning and then add people from your parties as you do them, it'll be amazing. So I get a lot of questions about VIP groups versus pages. Because I'm a page too. It's my business page. I have thousands of likes on it. I don't really have any interaction. And this is because of Facebook. Facebook has all kinds of algorithms, and if you don't pay to boost things on your business page, people aren't going to see them. This group is where the interaction is going to happen. This is where the relationships are going to be made. This is where you are going to get to know your customers, and you're going to spoil them. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And that's the hard reality of it. We need to make sure that we are taking care of our customers. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some things that I do in my VIP page so that you can have somewhere to start and grab some ideas and use them for your own. So one of my favorite things is I have an album that is set up in the group, and in that album I have all kinds of application tips. Because we know that sometimes the wraps don't apply perfectly, but there's usually just one little step that they're missing. So when I am troubleshooting and following up with somebody that has ordered, and they're saying, oh, I have a little wrinkle right here. You know, what do you think that is? Well, I'll pull that picture that's the third one in there. You can't see it fully, but it shows the wrinkled wrap, and I will tag them in that. And then I will say, check this out. Your wrap is just a little bit too big. If you size it down a little, it'll be perfect. And not only does that person see it, but because it's in the group, it just popped it up for everybody else. So it's just a little reminder for all of the others that are in the group that they'll see those tips as well. So I like to have them all in there in that album. Customer loyalty cards. I used to do these by hand. I used to have little postcards that I would mail out in my thank you packets, and I would put stickers on them, and they were super cute. And then when a customer would order again, I would send them some more stickers, and it worked. But it was a little bit difficult to track, because then if the customer lost the card, it was hard. So what I've now done is on my VIP group, I've made another album of all of my customer loyalty cards. So every single one of my VIPs that is purchased from me has a card with their name on it. And then when they purchase, I stick that card and I put it in a PicMonkey. I don't know if any of you guys have used PicMonkey. If not, it's a photo editing website. So easy, it's free. There's an app now as well. Throw it up in there, add some stars, and then I post it back to the group. So what I do is I make a big post about it, put it back on there, and then every other person in that group now sees, oh, she's getting close to her free sheet. Where am I at? I wonder how close I am to my free sheet. And then it reminds them to order. So it's something that you can think about, and you can do whatever you want with it. I like to do $15 once they have purchased 12 sets. Alright, another fun thing you can do is called Manicure of the Month. So every single month you can post this on your VIP page, and then tell your VIPs for every manicure that they post on that thread, they're going to get an entry into a drawing. And this does a couple things. It's fun, it's engaging, it's creating engagement on Facebook, which we know is good, because if Facebook sees that people are interacting on your group, they're going to think you're important. And then Facebook's going to put your group and your posts into more news feeds, because they think that people want to see what you're posting. What this really does, you're seeing who's wearing their wraps, and you're seeing their application. So every single time a Manny or a Penny is posted on that thread, I click it, and I zoom in. And I'm looking forward to see, is the wrap on? Is it touching their cuticle? Is it the right size? And then if not, I can just shoot them a little message and say, oh my gosh, your nails look fabulous. One thing that'll help your nails last even longer is if you just make sure that they're not touching the cuticle. And then always end with a compliment too. You did such an amazing job. I absolutely love that pattern of the shirts. Something simple like that will go a long way. Alright, getting to know your VIPs. I will send a Google form to my VIPs when they join. So after they purchase or after they join for the party, I get them this form. And there's questions on the form, their name, their birthday, different things like that. Their favorite colors, do they like gels, do they like lacquers, all those different types of things. One big question I have on there, their favorite Disney character. Why do you think I have that? We have volumes of Disney. So if I know right now that Tinkerbell is not out yet, but I can go through my Google form and all that Disney is in one column, and I can search for Tinkerbell, it'll just pull up every single one of my VIPs that likes Tinkerbell. Talk about an amazing way to follow up, because then you reach out to that person and you're like, I remember that you like Tinkerbell, and guess what? We are getting Tinkerbell wraps. And so this just the personal touches. They are like, wow, she remembers that, she knows that. It's making them feel special. Okay, non-January post. You don't want to be spammy. And so everything you post is not going to be bye, or we just got this and we just got that. You have to make things interactive. Do fun things. There's always stuff on Facebook that goes viral. We see this stuff all the time out there. This is one thing that I did on my VIP page, and people like to comment on things that it has to do with themselves. So this was, they had to take their first initial or last initial, gave them a cool superhero name. They didn't know it at the time, but I was foreshadowing a Marvel release that was coming. But it was just a fun little post that was getting me lots of interaction because people were commenting, and it was putting me out there on Facebook into more news feeds, which is important so that all of our VIPs see our post. This is a big one. A couple times a year, so 2 times a year, I throw my VIPs a customer appreciation party. This isn't a regular party. I am not pushing sales. I am not pushing recruiting. Will those happen? Sure, they happen naturally. But this party is so that you can spoil your VIPs. It's about having fun. You can do giveaways. You can go live and just thank them over and over. Because without them, you don't have a business. You need those repeat customers. You need to keep them happy and to make them feel important. And they're just going to keep coming back to you. Drawings and giveaways. And you don't have to go crazy with this, but every so often, do a drawing on the page. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be a penny pack. It can be a mani pack. It can be accent nails. Whatever you want to do with it. But it creates that fun engagement and interaction. One thing, though, I will tell you I did is a style box giveaway. And this was a bigger giveaway. However, I wanted to get Style Box in the hands of one of my VIPs because I know how amazing Style Box is. And I wanted them to experience that, and I think not enough people do. And it was mainly because of the subscription and committing to that, but we all heard this morning in the amazing Style Box announcements, there are no more subscriptions. So people can now just sign up for month by month, which is amazing, and it's going to help take Style Box to the next level. So what you can do is I put up a Style Box giveaway, and they got an entry for every single order they placed with me that month. And then at the end of the month, I did a live Facebook drawing, and I put all their names on this like interactive wheel. It's like classroomtools.net.com. And it's a spinning wheel. You can put all their names in, you spin it, and then it pops up the name of the winner. So it's really engaging, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's something that they're going to tune in for because they know that if they ordered, they can be one of the ones receiving it. Alright, I talked about this already. Facebook has given us this amazing tool of going live. I know it's scary at first. So you can set up like a fake group. Make it private so nobody else can see it, and just add yourself to it, and then just practice going live. Do that to just like get your feet wet until you like go live on a party or you go live in your VIP group, but you need to use this feature because not only are they seeing your face, they're getting to interact with you, but Facebook thinks that Facebook Live is really important, so Facebook is putting it into people's news feeds so that your VIPs are seeing it. One thing that I love to do, Tuesdays, you can go live on your VIP group and do like a Tuesday tips. And just like a short little clip, nothing crazy, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and just give them a tip every Tuesday. It doesn't have to be about wraps all the time, it could be about gels, it could be about lockers. The other week I did, I like to buy little makeup brushes at Target. They're like $1, the elf brand. And they are perfect for cleaning up lacquer around your nails. They're also perfect for removing your wraps. So you break the seal and you just soak the brush in a little bit of that lacquer remover, and then you just go underneath your nail, your wraps will slide right off. So I told them how important it is and how awesome it was, and they could buy it for $1. So it was a no-brainer, but just little tips like that keeps them engaged. Okay, so follow-up. This is the one thing I think everybody dreads. Like, I don't want to follow up with someone. What if they didn't like it? What if they didn't have a good experience? I don't want to hear, no, I don't want to hear that they didn't like it, but you do. You do want to hear that, because if you don't, they're not going to tell you. They're just going to put it aside. They're going to not try January ever again. Best case, worst case, they're going to tell their friends. So we need to make sure that we are preventing that. So one thing that I love to use are these customer profiles. Anybody here use these? They are on your workstations. So you can download them from your workstations. You can punch holes in them. You can put them in a binder. You can fill out all of your customer information on there. I pulled in information from that Google survey that I sent out to all my VIPs once they joined the group, and I put it right on that form as well. And then in your binder, what you can do is you can get 12 divider tabs. And you can label those tabs for every single month. And then as you are following up with your customers, so somebody purchases from me in August, They're now in my August tab. But then I need to follow up with them in 2 weeks. So then I will move them in my binder to the next tab. And then once I follow up with them from that tab, then it's a 2 months out. And it keeps track of it on your sheet as well because you write down when you followed up with them. So this system works for me. I like it a lot. There are other things you can do though. There are so many ways you can follow up, and it doesn't matter what way you use. What matters is that you are following up. So if you're a computer person, make an Excel spreadsheet. You can use Trello, which is what I have the screenshot of, and that will give you reminders as well. But some people like paper and pen, and that's great too. The accordion note card system, similar to what I was telling you with the binder, but what you do is you have your customer information on note cards, and then you just move them in the accordion file when you follow up with them. So very similar. Okay, I'm going to leave you with one quote. One customer well taken care of could be more valuable than $10,000 worth of advertising. It is so true. If we can keep our customers, we don't always have to go out racking our brains for how am I going to get 100 new customers, how am I going to get, we need to just take care and make sure those customers know how to apply the wraps. And I can tell you, if they master the application, they will A, be your customer for life, or B, they're going to join you. So I hope you guys are able to take something away. Thank you so much.